What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mark Howard, and you know what it is. We talk Cowboys here. We talk Cowboys here. So, what's going on? Cowboys made a trade. We picked up Kenny Clark from the Green Bay Packers. Uh, no, no. Yeah, I'm laughing to keep him crying a little bit. The Cowboys traded Micah Parsons. If you haven't heard, if you maybe been on a plane, didn't find out you land, this is the first thing you saw. Uh, Cowboys traded away Micah Parsons. Jared Jones. Jared Jones, you son of a bitch. This has got to be the biggest blockbuster situation that's happened. This got to be the biggest blockbuster move that Jerry Jones has done since firing Jerry Jones. Jimmy Johnson. I wish Jerry Jones would fire Jerry Jones. But since him firing Jimmy Johnson, damn, I just finished looking at the documentary. It's a good documentary. Good documentary. Um, but this is definitely the biggest biggest move since firing Jimmy Johnson. You're looking at one of the marquee defensive players in the league, arguably our best talent, best player. I could put him there. I'd say CD is right about there, and then Dak. And he's gone. He's been traded to the Green Bay Packers. If you don't know the deal, he's been traded himself to the Green Bay Packers. With that, the Green Bay Packers have signed him to a new deal, a 4-year deal worth 188 mil, and 136 of that is guaranteed for Micah Parsons. What the Cowboys get are 2 first-round draft picks for next season in the draft of 2026, and a first-round draft pick in 2027. And as I mentioned jokingly earlier, we acquired also a Pro Bowl defensive tackle, Kenny Clark. That gives us the one technique. That gives us the one technique to help stop against the run. You can talk about how great and how great, I won't even say good, how great Micah Parsons has been, but he hadn't been able to stop that run. So with the tackles, Odigizua and Clark there, along with our edge rushers, along with we should be pretty good up front on linebackers. We've added some other people, linebackers. And at the time come, we get DeMarvion Overshown, which is looking to get middle of the season. 2 ACLs, we'll see. But if he's young, if he can recoup to get to any semblance to what he's shown, I like what the defense does. But talking more about the trade, lots of Cowboy players and fans are pretty hurt by this, pretty shocked and pretty hurt by this. From what I've looked at, and I haven't looked at too much. I usually a lot of times listen to other people who are Cowboys insiders and things like that. But I just listened to the report to get the details. I did listen to what Adam Schefter from ESPN, who I believe is the one who first broke the story. Him talking about the details of the trade. Took a little while. There was a decision to be a player. At first, it was just the first 2 picks, but they knew there was going to be a player, and I guess it took a minute for them to settle on who the player was, or at least inform the player who was going to be traded with him, and set the situation. From the information that was given, today's Thursday, the 28th. From what was told is that this trade, this move was agreed upon 2 days ago. So that's Tuesday the 26th. And then from that point, in secrecy, Micah Parsons' people worked out this deal. And once that deal was inked, I imagine the trade was going to totally be contingent upon them being able to extend and keep Micah. And they were able to set that extension. So the trade went ahead and got ratified and went through the league. So there you have it. Micah Parsons gone to the Green Bay Packers. I can hear the roar there in Green Bay and whatever. I can hear the sadness and the cries and the shock, the outrage of the Dallas Cowboys fans. I was getting text messages. I got people who have just decided to quit on the Cowboys. I got people who, the other Cowboys fans, the one that wish they were Cowboys fans, all calling for me to stop being a Cowboys fan. You still going to be a Cowboys fan? Man, you don't need to be a Cowboys fan after that. To all of you guys who want to implore me to leave the Cowboys as a fan, I have to reach to get my water. I want to make sure my water's clear. So to all you guys who are trying to implore me to stop being a Cowboys fan or whatnot, I'm going to say this. Fuck y'all. Okay? First time I'm going to go there on this show. Maybe it's the last time. Don't try to encourage me to try to leave my team. Don't try to do that. That's not cool. I'm not a fair weather fan. Trust me, don't get me wrong. Jerry Jones has made me completely happy with winning the 3 Super Bowls. He's also made me majorly frustrated with the way things have gone at this point. I am frustrated. I wasn't totally shocked, though, and I'm going to be really honest. I just had a feeling of difference in this whole situation. Look, negotiations has been long. He signed Dak. He extended Dak the day before the season started. He went to the last minute with CeeDee Lamb. Got Trayvon Diggs signed pretty quickly, relatively under the radar. But he has signed his players. There's nobody can sit there and talk about that Jerry Jones has signed his players that he wanted. He offered Micah a deal. The whole thing that made it cantankerous is the fact that Micah talked to Jerry. Okay? And he worked out with the deal and let Jerry talk him into the deal. And then when he talked with his agent told, hey, what are you doing? That's my job. There are these things that can be done. This stuff can be done. You need to be doing for me. I'm not going to give Micah, and Micah's young, I'm not going to give him the benefit of being naive, but there is a level of naive. I'm not going to hold on to that naivete there for him to think that he could make this agreement and then talk to his agent on it. And then his agent's going to step in and say, hey, what are you doing my job for? You're shortchanging yourself. Jerry Jones is like, hey, we had a deal. Don't fucking kind of change it up on me now. And then, and that's where it got stuck. From what I'm hearing, is as much as Mike kept pushing and wanted to urge him to talk to his agent, Jerry Jones never did talk to him. I guess basically it was, here's the deal. Micah agreed to it. Look it over for the fine points, and let's get it signed. The agent was like, no, we got other stuff we need to talk about. This ain't the deal. Well, that didn't rub Jerry the right way. So here we sat. We sat. Michael was a hold in. I think at the end of the day, what really may have, and we'll find out more as talk goes, I think what really more so pushed everything over the edge was Micah laying down on the first aid medical staff table. Didn't come in with a jersey on. He did request to be traded. I know Jerry Jones wasn't going to give too much credence to it. But the point of him laying there and probably was telling me probably other things that may have been said. Other things may have been done where to a point now you're tapping into Jerry Jones' pride. You can talk about all you want to. He's a billionaire. And trust me when I tell you, as much as them players are full of themselves and coaches are full of themselves, Jerry Jones is full of himself. So you're looking at a whole bunch of people with egos and have to work out and handle business. Business is business. And, is it a pride goeth before the fall? Maybe so. But it ended up being at this point when Jerry said, hey, we'll entertain a trade. I know a lot of people are looking like, that's all we got? That's all y'all got for him? Hey, that Herschel Walker trade is not going to happen anymore. That Herschel Walker type trade is not going to happen anymore. Okay, and so that's a good standard deal for a top flight player being traded. 2 first-round picks, and you get a top flight player. You do get he's a veteran. He'll be 30 years old midway through the season, but he's barely missed games. He's in great shape. Obviously, been through training camp. And what does help us, he's a Pro Bowl caliber player on the line, on the defensive line. And the biggest thing that's really been hurting us that Micah couldn't solve on his own, because Micah was basically a pass rusher, is we needed to stop the run. We needed to stop the run. And didn't know, looking at preseason, we weren't stopping the run. So got to have some players. And, we're there with it. Me personally, I'm going to say to you, I'm laughing, I'm joking, man, entertaining with myself on this, man. It's shocking. Again, like I said, I'm not as shocked as I thought, because I felt like something was different. Usually he signs his man. But I wasn't that shocked. And it surprises me. I'm more shocked at the fact of my lack of shock. But I'll say to you that players come and players go. You don't want to get rid of a top flight player. You don't. You don't want to move from a top flight player unless you're bringing another top flight player in. And that's usually not the case. Usually at any point, any sport, basketball, football, even baseball, if you trade a marquee player, you'll get something for him. You can ask for the max to what you can get for him, but it likely won't be to the caliber of what you traded away. Now, 2 first-round picks puts us in a position of having 2 first-round picks for 2 years. We have our own first-round pick plus the one in the trade, and same thing in 2027. That could be worth a move up to get another marquee player. I mean, let's be real. Micah, and I'm not saying anything slight about the trade, made a good move in getting him. But where we got him at really wasn't where we should have gotten him at, or where he should have been drafted at. We got him, 12th in the draft? I don't remember. We got him a little late down the line there in the teens. But he should have been in the top 5. You look at Abdul Carter being in the top 3. Micah Parsons should have been in the top 3. And it was because of only in the COVID situation that he sat, like a lot of players, they sat out their last year before they were eligible to be able to go into the draft. And it kind of cost him, because with the NFL, hey, if I ain't seen you this last year, I'm not trusting that you the same guy I saw 2 years ago. They just ain't really trying to do that. So he fell to us. We wanted Patrick Surtain. Didn't get him. Patrick Surtain has turned out to be a very good top flight cornerback. And but I think we won better. It was a better situation getting Micah. I think for me, if I like defensive impact between Surtain and Micah Parsons, I prefer Micah Parsons. So from that, can we get someone like that caliber player, impact player, on the defensive side or whatever side, from these picks? Hey, Will McClay and the boys there in the front office have done well drafting, except for Mozzie. But and look, with Clark, what do we do with Mozzie? We'll talk about that a little bit and see what moves happen and what transpires from the acquisition of Clark. We acquired some other cornerbacks to try to fill in for the injured cornerbacks that are out. Even brought back Land as a linebacker. We'll see. But Micah Parsons is gone. He's gone to the Green Bay Packers. Still in the conference, not in the division. But what the hell? Still in the league, and we do play them week 5 at home. So we'll see. We shall see. Next thing to talk about on this uh, blockbuster deal, this shocking trade. I say this for the city of Dallas. I'm not a Dallas guy. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, but I'm not from Texas. And, don't have any hate for the city of Dallas, but whatever to me. It's not my town. When I go to Texas, I like Houston to visit. But I do want to visit Dallas. I haven't really spent time in the city of Dallas. One day I will. Um, Dallas sports fans, though, I will have a second of silence for you guys. First you lose Luca, then you lose Micah. What do you guys have against these athletes that their name end with "cup"? So, but it's been tough. I know y'all were shocked losing Luka Doncic, just as much as you're now doubly shocked losing Micah Parsons. But hey, here's what it is. Your owners know what they're doing, I guess. Anyway, so moving forward, what are we looking like defensively? Having Clark, I think he immediately moves into the starting position as a one technique. Hey, look, you traded for Michael Parsons. That's some bitch starting. So now, I'd be nice seeing him next to Odigizua with our defense ends. Now look, we drafted Donovan Ezeraku. Is he Micah Parsons? Is he looked at to be another Micah Parsons? No. But he is looked at to be a hell of a potential hell of a defensive end attacking the pass. We've got Williams. So many of the other guys. Marshawn Nealon, who's more of a running stopper on that defensive end. We have a host of defensive ends who are capable. Now, do they draw double teams and make the defensive line shift towards them like they do, like Micah did? No. But that's fine. One-on-one, nobody's getting double teamed. Hey, I like our chances with some of the talented defensive ends we have. So I will say to you that with our team, we do have some depth. We have a lot of depth at defensive end. So we may have let the best one go, one of the best in the league, arguably so. Of course, I hear a lot of people, which is so phony. Micah's great. They liked him, but all of a sudden now he got traded. Oh, he's the best defensive end ever in football in the league right now. Okay. I thought it was T.J. Watt. I thought it was Myles Garrett, and those guys are very, very good. I think there's you can't lose by getting any one of those three, But I would say to you is that we have some very quality guys on the defensive end, and Donovan Ezeraku shows a lot of promise. Okay. I'm looking for, and again, I'm hoping, this is other hope, especially, which to me will, if Ezeraku can be something decent, you don't have to be Micah Parsons on there, but he can be something decent with the other guys we have. We get DeMarvion Overshown back, and he's come back. He's able to come back well. I can literally say Micah who. I can literally say Micah who with that. Don't. Let's not get it twisted here. All right. So I look at it and I go back to saying what our defensive ends that we're looking at: Dante Fowler, Sam Williams, Ezeraku. So that we have that there, and then that's pretty much our ends right there that we'll go to. Also, Marshawn Nealon, James Houston, who showed a lot of promise as well, and Peyton Turner, who started out IR, but he'll work his way in. He has a lot of promise as well. So we're stacked with some quality defensive ends, and not only just that, can we have a good defensive end? We can keep sending quality players to you, in the game, so we can keep coming at that quarterback. The main thing is us being able to stop that run, like our linebacker play, and having Clark in the middle. If we can put teams more often in predictable passing situations, that is to any defensive advantage, and especially with the quality of defense as we do have without Micah, we can do so. So the outlook is not bad. Also, too, now the concern has been our cornerback situation. We have quality cornerback. They got to get healthy. We got great news that Trayvon Diggs had cleared passes physical we talked about before. Will he be ready for game one? It probably looks like more so he might be slated to be ready to go game two. Make sure he's in good shape because we don't want him to get hurt there. Coming back off injury, Deron Bland is an all-pro cornerback. We're just looking at some guys that we're going to put in that slot area. That's a little bit that's questioning there. We'll see. So defense can be coming along. We need to get healthy. We need to adjust mentally and get over the loss of Micah Parsons. Although we went this whole training camp with Micah Parsons just looking and talking. So I look at that to say, hey, if we're not going to have him, at least we didn't get used to having him in training camp, taking reps, getting a little dependent upon, other guys got more reps and got a chance to really grow. So we'll see. Hey, you lose players. Players come and they go. Can't get married to players. Now, does that justify losing them like this? Hell to the no. But as I say, shit happens, and this is some shit that happened. So I'm gonna leave it here with it, guys. I'm a Cowboys fan, man. That's what I am. If I decide I'm not gonna be a Cowboys fan, that's gonna be on me. There's some people that's mad. I got a lot of reactions from my fellow Cowboys fans that are very, very upset. Rightfully so. And they're talking, I'm through. My brother-in-law said, I'm through. But hey, you can be, it's like that. I get it. But I'm a Cowboys fan. That's what I've been. That's what I am. And that's what I'll be. All right? Jerry Jones, you're killing me with this bullshit. I'm not going to lie to you. You got me cussing on my show. I'll use a little bit, but you got me going into it. So you're killing me with this bullshit. I'm going to say this here. It had better work. It had better work. Because I'm tired of waiting for you to move on. You know what I mean? I know you ain't selling the team. Tired of waiting on you to move on. I don't want to. I'm not wishing anything bad on you. I just, get the hell out the damn way. All right? This had better work. All right. Hey, guys, thank you for listening. Check out the show. Please subscribe to my page there. And also like the show. Drop a comment. Drop what you got to say. I appreciate you all helping me get this off the ground and get it going. We're moving forward. Just like the Cowboys are going to move forward. I'm going to move forward, and we're going to continue to talk Cowboys here.